Alright, this is for the Propitiation Sculpture. I'm about to do some either irreversible damage or I'm going to successfully pull this off. I'm about to drill 3 holes. I figure that's a good place to start since there's already a hole there. That's where one of the date stamp nails would have been. Anyhow, I'll drill a hole there and 2 there, and this is the back side of it, and then I'll glue these up and pound them into here, and these are going to sit in the hole, not flush with the surface here. I'm going to put a piece of this in above them, and I'll rough up that piece just for aesthetic purposes there. But these will be for strength, and they need to go into the wood, so into both sides. So that's why they need to sink into there. Anyhow, so there's that. I'm not going to add any glue to the cut, just to where the pegs or the dowels will be. This I will fill in with shims that I'll make out of the same stuff that I made the dowels out of. So there's that. I finished squaring up these holes and whatnot and got the nail going through both of them. So that's an update there. That was only like 30 minutes probably together, I'd say. Maybe 40 minutes, so close to an hour, but not quite. Anyhow, I had to redo the inside cut here, on the vertical beam. It wasn't deep enough, and this wasn't sitting flush, so I had to redo that. But as you can see now, it is pretty flush. So there is a gap in there, but I don't care. So that's how that goes. Anyhow, also I've started putting in the lines where it'll look like drapery on the sash. So there's that. And probably tomorrow I'm going to spend all day on the sash because I want to get that done, and I want to get the other sides of it glued onto there. So that was about an hour's worth of work. I cut with a chainsaw, a starting line, and then I ground with where'd I put that disc? I ground with this disc, so, and then I sanded with the disc that's still on there, so, which I believe that's a 40 grit. Anyhow, so there's that. That was about an hour, like I said. Also deepening this was about 30 minutes, so we're about 2 hours and 15 minutes more added to the official time. Also, I've still got some more work to do on these hands. Obviously, I've got to resand around here, make it to where the hands will not be as dirty, like that there is from just the dirt from my hands rubbing off on there. Also, I'm thinking I will stain these. I don't know what color yet, but I don't want them to be white because Jesus wasn't white. So anyhow, there's that. And before I cut those grooves into there, I set the hands on the cross beam and put that over it, and I think I'm going to need a spacer on the back side of the U, just for where it rests against the vertical beam. So, just so it's not continuously rocking back and forth. When I transport this, I will transport this piece solid, because once I set these dowels in, it won't be able to be taken apart unless I want to destroy it, which I don't want to do. Because even after I'm done with the project, I want to probably donate it to someone, maybe a church or something. Anyhow, so, and then that will be separate. That will probably be transported in the cab of my truck, and I'll just drape it over once I get it erected at the fair. Also tomorrow, I've got to start shoring up the base, making that official and whatnot. I'm thinking I'll have to go and buy either a 2x4 or a 2x6, and I'll make pieces that will come out the front and the back, at least, to stabilize it, front to back, side to side. It's got the side to side because I don't know if you can see the cut right there, but it's got this much on this side and that much on that other side. Anyhow, also I'll probably, because I didn't do this before I cut that notch in it, I will measure the shorter side and cut the longer side to match. So also I want to curve that, make it look like it's a hill rather than a log. So there's that. Also, I've got to figure out a way to, because even once I get this all put together out to the fair, the judges and whatnot will be moving it around. So I've got to figure out a way to secure these to the base without making them look tacky. So I was thinking maybe I could wrap some wire around it all and setting them there, or I could take them to my friend that welds and have him weld just barely tacking them together here, and then tacking a rod onto the backside, and I'll drill a hole into the base and set them in. But we can figure that out in the coming days. I don't have to do that right now. So anyhow, I am trying to figure out how I want them to be arranged at the base, whether it's like this or that, you know, or like kind of like that, you know, maybe all three coming together kind of like that or something, or maybe just kind of set there. I don't know. Anyhow, so got to figure that out. That's not as important as the rest of these things, but it is part of the project. So there's that. But I do feel confident that I can get this done in time. Here it is, Monday night. Well, nope, take that back. It's Tuesday morning, and I have 3.5 days to get this done. So obviously I have to get that glued, well, shaped, glued, and put together by tomorrow, because the glue has to dry for a couple of days to set up and whatnot. So there's that. Also, I was going to dye that, like with some RIT fabric dye, but I forgot to pick some up while I was down in Ogden, and so I'm thinking I'll just spray paint it purple, because spray paint I can get at Ace, whereas RIT fabric dye I would have to search all over for it, because they don't sell it anywhere in town. So not the color that I want. I want a nice royal violet purple color, you know, whereas all I was able to get here in town was this color, and I don't want it to be blue, so that's that. You know, I'll save that for a different project. But anyhow, that's the update. We're at closer to 3 hours now, but added to the time from before. Anyhow, I'm going to drill these holes, and then I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. But anyhow, that's it for now. Thanks for looking. God bless.